Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Meet me at the altar with your white dress. We ain't getting no younger. We might as well do this. Y'all saw the episode. Y'all know what it is. What's up, you guys? We're here for another episode of Blackish Parental Guidance, which, I hope you guys tuned in because this one was a good one. I'm your host, Stacy Ike, and I'm here with my lovely co-host. Introduce yourself, girlie.
Hello, everyone. I am your other co-host, Shaprintace, Lynn. Our other two lovely ladies are not with us today. We kind of did a switcheroo between this week and last week, but we'll all be here the next time.
Yes. This was amazing. As you guys know, make sure you are keeping in touch with us on all social media. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Give us 5 stars. Rate us. Leave your comments, concerns, insults. We're okay. We're open. Make sure you check us out on iCloud and iTunes. Download that, and so you can check out our podcast as well. With that said, if you want to tweet us live during the show, you can tweet me at OneTakeStay. So where can they find you, girlie?
And you can tweet me at Shaprintace Lynn with 2 N's.
Love it. Okay, so this episode had me dying. All 4 parents. I was a little scared.
This is what we've been trying to predict for weeks.
Yes, I agree.
Finally meet Bo's parents, and then to meet them and then have them all together under one roof.
It was a lot.
A lot.
It was a lot. I don't know. I felt as soon as they walked in the door and Dre got on the floor and started pouting, I was like, I wonder what it is. Like, what is it? Because, we see later in the episode that it's a black, the good black versus black, bad black issue. But I didn't know if it was because he wasn't good enough or were they annoying? Were they whatever? And then you see he makes a lot of references to her having a white dad and whatever. So Drake always has a reason to act the way he does. So what did you think about the episode overall?
It was great. I loved it. I loved seeing the 2 parents interact. I didn't know her mom was black. That's bad on my part. But I just, when they said it, I was like, wait, she's black? Because she came out and she was speaking Spanish. Yes. And then I'm like, so what's her ethnicity? But she's black and her dad's white. And so those mixed. So I thought it was interesting. I always love Grandma Ruby or Mama Ruby. She is my absolute
She's crazy.
fave. I love her.
Oh my gosh, she scares me a little. She really did, because I feel like if that was my grandma, I'd be like, oh my God, you are scary.
I would love her as our own grandma.
She's so fun, but I just know that if I was Rainbow, I'd be scared. Because I'm like, I don't know how I could be the wife of too much. But I thought it was a hilarious episode. I love the fact that we got to see all parents finally, like you said. And I also agree, I didn't really realize Rainbow's mom was black. And that's only because, it's not, I wouldn't say it's bad on your part. I think it's just, sometimes we do have a very one-sided view of what that looks like, and I think over the years that's expanded to maybe a 3-sided view, but that was a 6-sided view. I feel like, there was a lot more, because she had a lot more about her. She had a lot more twang to her, and I was like, okay, this works. And then she was like, I'm black. I was like, okay, this is great. Like, this is a multi, I love
Alicia,
that.
or AKA Delicia from
They
Memphis.
were like, don't try to act like you don't take that apostrophe back. I was dying. I'm like, why you gotta go into her apostrophe? But anyway, so we see Alicia come in the house and talk to Dre about his growing up in an environment of fear. And I wrote that down specifically because I was like, why would you go in on him like that? I don't know if you, what did you see from that episode?
I didn't get that. Like, why would you say he grew up in an environment of fear? Because because Grandma Ruby didn't mind pulling out the belt every now and then. I don't know. But I didn't get, I was like, that's a low blow.
Right. I thought it was weird. And then Dre, I think the beautiful thing about this show is they've continued to show us how educated he is and how expanded they are, where they live, who they are friends with, where he works, what they do. I love that. So for her to come in and be like, y'all don't know anything. I was like, but no, we've proved that this is a very expanded family. So I don't know. What do you think about that?
Good luck to them. I pray to God that my in-laws aren't like that, because I know my parents aren't going to act like that. So it was interesting. I love the dynamics of them all. It was hilarious overall, but more power to them.
Right. So when they came in and said, "Did y'all see Selma?" I had to have a moment on that because I'm like, hold up.
First of all, between last week and this week, I don't know when you guys find time, Kenya, to tape this with the Obama speech, including the last one, and then the Selma one and this one. It's like, didn't that just happen? When did you guys tape this?
Selma was just, I literally feel like they tape week by week. They're like, what happened in the news? Okay, we're doing an episode. Like, I think that is so amazing of them because they keep it so current and we're in the know. I mean, literally, like seeing the Obama speech, that cracked me up because I'm like, hold up. This just happened.
Yo, mama.
My meme is still here. I haven't even posted it yet. It's my TBT, whatever. So I thought that was amazing. But yeah, seeing the fact that they asked them about that, I was like, now how many times has that happened to you personally? I mean,
well, it happens a lot. And I'm in the office like, oh my God, I gotta go see Selma. Oh my God, I saw Selma. And they're like, what? I'm like, you didn't see that?
Right. It's like, what?
Oh.
Yeah. And I don't even think Selma was the kind of movie that's like, oh, only black people saw. I think that was that one. I wouldn't say it's the only movie, but it's in a while that's caused this much togetherness, I would say, and a lot of talk and a lot of, so many interviews and so much red carpet buzz. Like all of it has been surrounded around one movie. And I think that's really cool. So when I saw it in the show, I was like, okay, this is supposed to be a certain type of perspective that, so I thought that was hilarious, especially because her parents are mixed and the dad is white and whatever the case is. So I was like,
but Kenya couldn't let that go.
Right.
It's
I love
Blackish,
it.
and you got to bring up Selma.
She was like, let me let y'all know what people, I thought that was very interesting. And then her mom saying that she's an amonist.
What is that? There's a lot of stuff I didn't understand what
today.
It was.
Yeah,
Bulgur, kernels. Anybody know what that is?
Tweet me now because I don't know what you. I don't tweet us now. I didn't. I was very interested. She said she was an amonist. And Steven, do you know what that is? I feel like Steven might know what that is.
What was the word?
So amonist. The mom says she's an amonist, and she believes that every object has a soul.
Ammonism. Definition of ammonism: the belief in the existence of individual spirits that inhabit natural objects and phenomena.
Wow.
So, also see Bat Crap Crazy.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I threw that in there.
I was like, okay, well now I get it.
It makes sense. I get it.
Because the mom was insane. That's so funny. Good job, Steven. I love that.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So she is an amonist.
And all inanimate objects have a soul.
Including that apple and all that kind of jazz. So I love Grandma Rumi's response, which was just, F you. I don't know what you're talking about. And she just cussed her out. I'm like, wow, Grandma, you're hilarious.
Yes.
You're scary.
Yeah. So seeing them all work together in this vow renewal for these two is interesting.
Yes.
And it's like they're making it about themselves and not about the actual two couple, the Tracee and Beau.
What do you think about a vow renewal? Is that something you'd want to do? Is that something you've gone to before? Do you think it's great?
Yeah, my grandparents did it.
Nice.
And my parents are planning on doing it.
Nice.
And I think it's something you should do just to, spice it back up and, I don't know, vow and recommit yourself to your loved one and get a new nice shiny ring and
I love it. Yeah, I thought it was really cute. I was like, wow, because my parents just hit 25 and I was like, oh my God, yay. And they were like, yeah, cool. We're going on a cruise. See ya. Like, they didn't want the big party. They didn't want any of that. They were like, we're going on a cruise for 7 days. And they had they act like kids. I could tell just by the way they were screaming when I'd call. We don't know who we are. We'll talk to you later. It's like, okay, they're good. So I don't know. Maybe 27th or 26th will surprise them with the big old whatever. But I always thought about that. I'm like, wow, vow renewals. That sounds so awesome. And so fun. So I love seeing this couple do it, except it never goes the way it's planned.
And it wasn't even technically, at first it wasn't a vow renewal. It was like a whole nother wedding because...
Weird. I was like, what do you mean you're not? And okay, so you saw me while we were watching the show. They were acting so normal, like it was all good. Like, oh, we haven't
They were very optimistic about it. They're like, oh, you're my baby daddy and you're my baby mama.
I would be freaked out if I wasn't married for how many years, or 15 years?
But at that point, it's like your common law. And it's just, you're still married. You're common law married now.
Right.
But
okay, that makes sense. I guess I was thinking like, we just been in this house. We just been shacking up and chilling. And I've been cooking you food and you ain't even my husband. You know, that
4 of your big head babies.
And you never put a real ring on it? I don't even know. I was like, wow, Rainbow was handling this real well. But, you know, anyway. I really want to get to the topic of, okay, I guess the difference between pretentious, bougie versus cultured and educated. You saw when they were arguing that at the table. And, you know, Dre said, what do you mean? Or, I'm sorry, Rainbow said to Dre, what do you mean I'm speaking cultured and I'm educated? He said, no, you sound pretentious and bougie. And I was like, I've heard this argument before. Where have I heard it?
All the time in the Black community.
You know, it's like, and you've heard it, you just hear it so many different ways. You hear, oh my gosh, you must be, I heard I was an Oreo, which you know, thank God they taste good, because I was like, okay. But I heard that from 5 through who knows how long. And then after a while, I was like, okay, I don't feel like I identify with this, so I identify with this. So then, you know, it was just very interesting having a proper speaking voice and what that means to certain people.
Oh yeah, I've been called bougie plenty of times, but it's like it's that stereotype that Black people are supposed to talk a certain way and act a certain way and just be, you know, I don't know, a certain type of right. I don't know, because we all are different. We just because we have the same color skin, and not even then. But you know, we're all brown doesn't mean that we should all act the same, because we're very different people. So. Yeah, the whole bougie thing is something that happens often and probably will happen for a lot more. That's longer.
The thing. I'm like, what categorizes somebody as bougie?
To me, that's ignorant to call someone bougie.
Of course.
Yeah.
Even though it can be funny, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do have a friend. I'm like, girl, no, I think you really are bougie. Like, you do too much. But she, you know, I don't know. We're working on her. So what do you think? I guess when you've heard it towards yourself, what did you do or say that made them respond?
It was just the way
that
that I talked, and it was because I wasn't, you know, saying ain't and all this other and using proper English and not just a whole bunch
with a dictionary. Oh, crazy. Crazy. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what, you know, prompted that person to call me bougie.
Right.
And then sometimes I get called bougie from my family because I like nicer quality things.
As you should. I go to work on time. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean that's it.
That's really funny.
I'm sure everyone has been called bougie at some point in time in their lives.
I can't even lie. I mean, I've definitely been called it, but I've also said it because there are some people in my life. I'm like, you do too much. We can park here, you know, whatever. So I think that I'm like, we don't have to park. You don't have to valet today. There's an open space. It's not necessary, but okay. It's fine if you want to waste your $4. Whatever. So, you know, shout out to her who's probably watching. Anyway, so I love that dynamic between them and Ruby. Again, just inserting, hell no, F y'all, you know, forget what y'all are saying. And just their dynamic of what a good Black versus a bad Black is, and the whole conversation with them. Did you see anything familiar in addition to being called bougie at the dinner table when the mom was talking about, you know, food, healthier food being fried, all this kind of jazz that I guess you can't associate with a Black stereotype?
That's just Southern Black from like any other Black, basically.
That's regional. See,
and it's because Grandma Ruby is, I guess, where is Grandma Ruby originally from? Where are they originally from? I can't even remember. But she acts like she's from the Bible Belt, because she's like, you need Jesus, and yes,
and the humming. I'm like, oh gosh, and her humming's like on tune. I'm like, I'm confused.
These old Negro spirituals.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like, Grandma Ruby.
That's too much.
So, you know, she's a character. She reminds me so much of so many different people in my family, which I love to death.
But y'all do the most.
But they hit it on the nail with Grandma Ruby. They hit it on the nail with Beau's parents. You know, you run into those different types of Black people. And it's so many different types of Black people in this world. And they hit it on the nail with both sets of parents. I loved it. It was amazing.
So then we transitioned to the kids and their whole journey during finding out that their parents are potentially unmarried or whatever the case is. So what did you think about, I can't remember first daughter's name. Zoe's reaction to the fact that she was born out of wedlock.
She's a bastard child, like Junior called her. That is so mean.
It was. He was like, you might not even be our sister. Rick Fox is actually your dad. That literally cracked me up because I was like, I've actually met Rick Fox. Like, they do look alike. Like that. Like, I'm kidding, obviously. But that just cracked me up because, like, when she pulled out that picture, I was like, oh my God, this is hilarious. Like, how did they? I mean, Rick is probably dying laughing about it.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was so funny. And especially y'all saw the end and how Dre reacted to the fact that Rainbow has actually met Rick Fox. But anyway, so what did you think about Zoe's reaction? Did you feel like is that common? I mean, have you heard that around friends?
When you said it, I was like, yes. You're like, girl, sit down. Because that's what I'm like, girl, sit down.
You're doing
just
too much.
because you were born or you were conceived before they were actually married. Right. Your parents are still together. Right. Both biological parents. Right. So shut up.
And I love the fact that they felt like they had to lie to her. I mean, not that I didn't think that was crazy, because I'm sure it's happened, but it was so interesting because, of course, the grandma was like, no, let me sit that down real quick.
It's been 15
years. You were born out of wedlock. Thank you so much. I was like, this kid is so young. Why are you hurting her? But what did you think about the kids' reaction to their older sister now realizing
they are mean?
She ain't cool. Yeah, exactly.
They are so mean. And then it flipped back on them when they were like, oh, y'all all bastards now. And then Jack and Diane are like, you're not really my twin.
We might not actually be family.
Right. Cool down, friend.
I was like, genetics got so confused. I'm confused of what just happened right now. The kids, sorry, go ahead.
No, then they called her pretty. I was like, yeah, you're so much prettier than us.
I was like, you guys are all pretty people. Yeah. What do you mean? I mean, her hair on fleek, but that don't mean I didn't get it. But anyway, no, I think Junior really, he cracked me up this whole episode, from the dapping to his dad to the bachelor party conversation. I mean, I always love seeing him step up the plate more and more every episode, and he's killing it. He's so in his role right now, and it's so funny. But just seeing his reaction to Zoe and how he treated her, I was like, what kind of brother are you?
Zoe would have did the same thing, and
very
true.
She would have. Very true. She would have been worse. She's crazy.
She's like, now I can go back and tell all my friends that you're really not my brother, and I can stop lying. This time I'm telling the truth. He's not my brother.
Exactly like what she would say. I thought that was so funny, and I guess I don't know. I didn't really expect Zoe to react that way. I mean, she was cool, but I didn't really expect the kids to react that way. But I thought that was a very interesting take on it, because maybe that is how first child or second child, I mean, you never know, feel when they're born out of wedlock. I don't know.
Well, I was the only child of my parents, or of my mom and my stepfather, born out of wedlock. Well, sometimes you feel a little alienated and a little different, but not much. You're just all family. And for them to go and say, we're not really family, I'm like, hello, you either have the same mom or the same dad, but you crazies, you have the same mom and dad. So you are family.
So you're definitely united.
Exactly.
Yes. And did you think, I can't go back to or forget about this part in the beginning when we see how they originally got married and she was in her doctor's uniform.
I had no idea.
Pause. Pause on. I said, y'all are tripping right now. I can't. She ran from her rounds to go get married in the chapel, in the hospital. I won't do it.
I had no idea that's how they got married.
What's the weekend for? I mean, what do y'all do?
She had at least a day off.
Stop here. I mean, she was a resident at that time, so that might be actually realistic. You know, according to Grey's Anatomy, this is how they roll. So I don't know. I mean, you know, all I know is from the doctor show. So, but I just thought that was so funny. So I love that, you know, from there we get to trickle down to see how everything happened. But I just thought their original marriage, a lot of the original parts of their relationship have been very up and down, if you would say. Because we got to see for their Valentine's Day, their first couple of Valentine's Day, and how they got together. And it's like, wow. You guys really still together? Exactly. You're doing it. Wow, I'm so proud. I'm so proud. So anyway, what did you think about the conversation with my favorite grandpa and Rainbow's mom, where she used the word nigress?
Oh, he called her a nigress.
I had to write that down and be like, what?
Yeah. I'm like, can you really?
Y'all really write it in here.
Y'all really sit there, huh? Okay. They had a moment. Right. That felt like they bonded for a little bit over, you know, white ice cream and brown liquor. I'm about to try that combination of liquor and ice cream. I was like
what's happening? Everything was about race this episode. I was like, I mean, not that it isn't always, but I just thought it was so funny. He was like, I'm eating white ice cream. I said, nah, don't go. White ice cream is my favorite. Don't play it. Anyway, that's another story. But
yeah, they had a moment and they came, and I love that they despite their many differences, they decided to come together. And Pop seemed to be like the mediator between them all. He was cool with the mom a little bit. He was cool with Bo's father. He can't stand Grandma Ruby, but that don't matter,
right? Because it's always his Ruby. It's still, I love that. Yeah.
How did you feel?
I love the fact that they came to some common ground, and then I got to know a little bit more about Rainbow's mom and where she's coming from, because at first it was extremely judgmental, and she entered the house and was very healer-esque, which is great. It just seemed like she was stomping on however else they acted, so I thought that was very interesting. But I love how she was like, I love the sentence where she said, the life I built is better than the life I had. And I'm like, that's every parent's dream, to make their life make the life for their kids way better than theirs. It doesn't matter what race you are. So I thought that was cool, because I'm like, well, there's the silver lining. There's the point. There's where she's coming from. Now you understand.
Exactly.
And I moved on. I was like, okay, cool. She's cool. She's just trying to be a mom, and that's fine. And Grandpa saying that he or she wanted her daughter to marry a white man. I can't even see. It depends on who Rainbow was with. She could be with like a Ryan Gosling type, a Justin Timberlake.
I could see her with Rick Fox.
Don't do Rick. Don't do Rick Fox.
I can see her with Rick Fox. I can see her
Rick Fox. I just love it. No, I thought that was a really good turn. And then we go to the wedding, and it's fabulous.
But Pops also said something where I was like, I got the same feeling, like, okay, I get it.
Right.
And you the silver lining. He was like, Dre will do anything. He was like, Dre eat Broger kernels for her. He would do whatever that is. So he would do pretty much anything for that girl.
Yeah.
And I was like, see, there you go.
Yeah.
You wanted her to marry a white guy, but at the end of the day, you just wanted her to marry somebody who loves her and will love her and do anything for her. And that's what Dre does. Anything.
Exactly.
And everything.
So speaking off to that point, I love how this show, because Zoe's two boyfriends were different races, and you see that it's not a race thing at all.
No.
It's a love thing, connection thing. Exactly, as it should be. We're 2015 people. Move on. And it's a connection thing, and it's also, who gets you more, whatever the case is. So that could be that's regional, cultural. I mean, that's so many different things. So I love that we've seen that several episodes. So good job, Kenya, as always. Anything else from this episode that stuck out?
No, I think that was kind of it. It was a mouthful. It was a lot.
Right. But, like always.
Yes. But I loved it. Right. It was amazing. I loved it. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Cool. Let's roll right into predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV
predictions. I'm gonna find who this guy is, because his voice is so cool. With that said, you know how I hate predictions for Blackish. So what do you think?
All of our predictions are coming true. Yeah. Kenya, you're seriously watching this, and you're just taking our ideas.
That would be so awesome.
We either gonna need payment, or you come in and
come chat with us.
Because you're taking all of our ideas. So here's another one. Actually, I don't really have any more. Yeah. I would like to see more of Bo's parents. They were fun.
They were really fun.
Yeah, we've kind of ran through them all.
We've definitely, every single thing we wanted so far has come true. Has Junior had a girlfriend yet?
Yeah, that little fling kind of.
No, a real girlfriend. No. I want some drama with, I want the same thing that Zoe had, because that was really fun too.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me think. Should we have something happen with the twins? What do they need to learn? Humbleness, for one.
Yeah, I would like to see Diane like a boy.
That would be fun.
I would like to see her get all gushy.
That would be
and
fun.
Just like.
Is that even possible for Diane though? I can't see her breaking down. I feel like she'd be making fun of it, but she'd be like, I'm really trying to be strong here, but I like him. It's very Diane character. But
I want to see her just break all the way down to a girly girl, and then go talk to Bo about it. And
I love it.
I like this guy.
Oh yeah. Okay. So next week, that's the episode.
Kenya, that's what we're gonna. Okay.
I love it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. So make sure you leave us your predictions too, because you know how Blackish is. It's one episode after another, and it always brings us curveballs. So keep in touch with us. Where can they find you, girlie, for the next week?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Shaprintace Lynn with 2 N's. And what about you, Stacy?
You guys can check me out on Twitter and Instagram at OneTakeStace. And also I'm here doing, How to Get Away with Murder's over. Crap, I forget that. Oh my God, it's sad. Okay, well, with that said, I'll be here doing Blackish. It'll be awesome. So we will see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.